Hello everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Today we are going to be looking at what it is to be an audiophile.
An audiophile. Ooh,
Yes, what we thought we'd do is we'd investigate it and try to work out the rules. And we've brought the rules to you.
yeah, we got all the rules for you. I mean, we didn't know about them, did we?
No, but what we wanted to do was become an audiophile, or at least look into it.
Yes, it's really exciting.
Now there's a collective name for audiophiles.
Is there? Ooh, is it snoardiophile?
No, it's not.
Is it analophile?
No, it's not.
Are they a bunch of earholes?
No, they're not. Apparently, what you do is you call them a crashing bore of knobgobblers.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. Ooh, so if you want to be a knob gobbler, you need to pay attention.
Yes, you do. Now then, we had a look at Michael 45 RPM audiophile, and what we decided was, well, he's not quite all there.
No, because we played all our records at 45 and they just sounded too fast. It didn't make sense, did it?
No, we didn't know what's going on.
We even tried wearing big glasses and that didn't help either. The sound of the records was still fast and it still didn't sound good.
No. So we think, yeah, he's all math and no trousers. As it comes to it, we also had a look at bubble wrap.
Yeah, don't ever, whatever you do, don't ever, ever wrap your records in bubble wrap.
Especially if you've wiped your ass on them.
No, it just ruins the sound. It really does, doesn't it?
Yes, completely. We even tried sitting on a toilet to listen to our music.
Yeah, but that didn't help either, did it?
No, that didn't help. But these are the rules that you need to follow. It seems that the more money you spend, the better your hearing gets.
It does. Your hearing just gets so much better.
Yes, it does. It gets incredibly good the more money you spend. We found that there's actually a physiological difference, a change, if you will, that happens in the human body or in anybody who spends lots and lots of money. The more money you spend, the better your hearing becomes.
It's true. Your hearing gets amazing. It's weird. It's the same people like people who spend money on wine. They get more taste buds. The more money you spend, the more your body adapts and changes. It's incredible.
Absolutely incredible. A phenomenon we had no idea about. Always, as well, another thing you need to bear in mind is you could use well, you need to do this. Always, always, always mention the cost of things that you are buying.
Always, if a record costs $100, tell us. Tell everyone immediately.
Yes, the cost is very important. It seems to be more important than sound.
It is. It's much more important than sound. We learned so much, didn't we?
Yes, we really did. Always mention the cost. Never, ever mention inner groove distortion.
Never mention inner groove distortion. It's just something you never do because audiophiles, they're in denial. They don't believe it exists.
No, you cannot mention it in a room of knob gobblers. Ever. Don't ever mention it.
And never ever mention music. One thing an audiophile does is never talks about the music.
Yes, never talk about the music. Only ever mention pressings. Pressings. You can only ever talk about pressings and different pressings. You can own 100 different pressings of the same record.
You can, but never, ever, ever, whatever you do, own an OG. Never own an original record.
No, you can only ever have pressings by, well, if they're mastered by people called Kevin.
Yes, you're only allowed to have records mastered by people called Kevin. It's very important.
Yeah, I think Mazzy's got a few of those.
Mazzy would, wouldn't he? But he's not really an audiophile. I think he wants to be.
Yes, I think he does. But we'll come on to that later. Some things you can say in a bunch of knob gobblers is you want to be talking about things like, oh, my tone arm is so much bigger than yours.
And you can say things like, my stylus fits so deep within your grooves.
Yes, you can say those things. You can also say, my spindle hole needs lubricating.
Yes, and you can say, my spindle is too wide for the hole. That's true, isn't it?
Yes, and all my records are in minty, sphincty condition.
Minty Sphincty. I mean, Eric's name's Minty Sphincter, isn't it?
Yes, I think he's a closet knob gobbler, no doubt.
What else have we got to talk about? Oh, make sure when you buy your cables, they're at least a foot thick and made of solid gold.
Yes, solid gold. They have to be a foot thick and solid gold. And make sure that they have butt plug connectors.
Butt plug? They have to be connected by butt plugs, don't they?
Yes, very true. And that's also true for a room of audiophiles.
Yes, you need solid gold, thick gold cables, and butt plug connectors. That's what joins them all together, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Now then, another thing that you have to do in a room of audiophiles is pour derision and scorn.
And shame and disgrace upon anyone who mentions a compact disc or say how good they are.
Yes, anyone who says a compact disc is good, you have to mock mercilessly.
Mock them mercilessly. Oh, we've got so much to learn, haven't we? It's hard, isn't it, to keep up, folks? There's so much to learn.
Of course, you could be polite and wait till they leave the room, in which case you want to wait till they're at earshot, and then you can go, ha ha, ha ha, CD, 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 CD.
Yeah, you want to say, you losers, fancy listen to compact discs. What a loser.
Yes, and one of the last things to mention is something not to mention.
Never ever mention shellac or 78 RPM or even the 7-inch single.
No, never mention these in a room of audiophiles. If you want to be an audiophile, these you do not mention. Lots of bad things can happen.
Yes, audiophiles, their bottoms go all a dribble. They go all a dribble. And their brains, they turn to minestrone, and then they explode. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yes, it's a desperately sad situation. Don't ever do that. I mean, it could happen to you if you're an aspiring audiophile.
If you are aspiring, you might not want to mention also that hearing loss comes with age.
Yes, as we said earlier, the more money you spend, the better your hearing will become. And it's just a natural thing, and your body changes and adapts because you can hear things you couldn't hear before.
That's true. But if you are aspiring, it's a good idea to use like an 80s graphic equalizer to hear all those high notes. Because audiophiles deny the existence of hearing loss.
Yes, that's true. There's no such thing as hearing loss. So make sure if you're aspiring, you use a graphic equalizer so you can hear those notes until you start spending loads of money and your hearing improves. So So they're the things you want to be talking about if you want to be an analophile.
You mean knob cobbler?
Oh yes, chalk cheese and all that, potato, those sorts of things. Now then, there are some people, of course, who will never be audiophiles.
No, I won't be. I mean, I don't think Rob Ison will be, will he?
No, he's got too much time occupied with swelling. And Ben Costello, he won't be either.
No, he's always watching men running around or hitting each other and like boxing and football and things, isn't he? He's always watching men walking around and punching each other and wearing panties. Always have to be wearing panties.
Yes, he can't really give himself to spending too much money on audio equipment because he spends too much money elsewhere, ladies and gentlemen, if you catch my drift.
He does. And we don't think Rob Walker, we don't think he'll be an audiophile.
No, he's too much of a dork. And also, of course, there's Madam Sin,
John a bit bop babe. Oh, and Ghana, High Octane Revival.
Yes, very sad cases indeed. They generally listen to 45s and 78s and things.
On really old equipment, don't they?
Yes, I think they are sad cases who will never, ever get to hear music as it really should be heard.
No, they have no idea. Those poor, poor lost souls.
And also, of course, Al himself.
Oh, Al, what? Why won't Al be an audiophile?
Well, I mean, he'll probably be kicked out of a VC for this and for allowing us to give our opinion on his channel.
Oh, there is that, yes. I'm sure they'll get ready and boot him out. I suppose it serves him right.
Yes, we're not necessarily a free-thinking world. It's a sad state of affairs. I know he'd love to be an audiophile. It's sort of just within his blood, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he wants to be one of the gang, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I don't really think he's a knob cobbler like the rest of them. Anyway, we'll say see you there, you people.
See you people. Bye.
Bye-bye.